Act 5, Scene 1. A churchyard. Enter two clowns. Is she to be buried in Christian burial, when she wilfully seeks her own salvation? I tell thee she is, therefore make her grave straight, the crowner hath said on her, and finds it Christian burial. How can that be, unless she drowned herself in her own defense? Why, this one so, and must be so offendendo, it cannot be else. For here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act, and an act hath three branches. It is to act to do, to perform, augur. She drowned herself wittingly. Nay, but hear you, good man Delver. Give me leave. Here lies the water good. Here stands the man good. If the man go to this water and drown himself, it is, will he nil he goes, mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Augur. He that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own life. But is this law, as Mary is in it, Crowner's quest law? Will you hard the throat on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out, a Christian burial. Why dare thou say'st, and the man more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world, to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade, there is no ancient gentlemen but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession. Was he a gentleman? Or was the first that ever bore arms? Why he had none? What are the hidden? How does thou understand the scripture? The scripture says, Adam digged. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself. Go to. What is he that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright of the carpenter, the gallows makers, for the frame outlives 1,000 tenants? I like the wit well, in good faith. The gallows does well, but how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Not thou dost know to say the gallows is built stronger than the church, although the gallows may do well to thee. To't again come. Who built stronger than a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter? Aye, tell me that, and unyoke. Mary, now I can tell. Todd, Mass, I cannot tell. Enter Hamlet and Horatio of Pharaoh. Cudgel by brains no more about it, for you'll do, as will not man his pace with bidding. And when you are asked this question next, say a grave maker. The house he makes last till doomsday. Go get in, and fetch me a stub of liquor. Exit other clowns. In youth, when I did love, song. Method, it was very sweet to contract all the time for a might be whole. Oh, method, there was nothing a maid. Has this fellow no feeling of his business? A sign is grave making. Custom hath made it in him a property of isness. This and so, the hand of little employment had the daintier sense. But age with his stealing steps had clawed me in his clutch, and had shipped me into the land, as if I had never been such, drew up a skull. That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once, how the knave shows it to the ground, as if 12 Cain's jawbone. That did the first murder. This might be the pate of a politician. Which is, as now, or ere reaches. On that would circumvent, God might it not. It might, my lord, or of a countier which could say good morrow, sweet lord, how dost thou, the sweet lord? There might be, my lord, such a one, that praised my lord, such a one's horse, when and went to beg it, might it not? I, my lord, why and so, and now my lady worms, chapless, and knock about the mazzard, with a sexton's spade. Here's fine revolution, and we had the trick to sit. Did this bone cost no more the breeding, but to play at lodges with them? Mine ought to think on it. A pickaxe and a spade, for an shrouding shed. Oh, a bit of clay for to be made, for such a guest it's meet. Throws up another skulls. There's another. Why may not that be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quiddities? Now his qualities, his case, his tenors, and his tricks. Why does he suffer this mad knave now to knock him about the scones with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? This fellow might be in time a great buyer of land. With his statues, his recognitions, his fine, his double vouchers, his recoveries, is this the fine of his fines, and the recovery of his recoveries, to have his fine paid full of fine dirt, will his vouchers vouch him? No more of his purchases, and double ones too, than the lengthened breadth of a pair of indentures. The very convenience of his lands will scarcely lie in this box, and must the inheritor himself have no more, huh? Not a short man, not a short more, my lord. Is not parchment made of sheepskins? Ay, my lord, and of calf skins too. Their sheep and calves will seek out assurance in that. I will speak to the fellow whose grave 'tis. Sirrah, mine, sir, or a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guesting meet. I think it be thin indeed, for thou least in it. You lie out on it, sir, and therefore 'tis not for my part. I do not lie in it, yet it is mine, thou dost lie in it to be in't, and say it is. 16. This for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest. This the quick life, sir. Toil away again from it to you. What man dost thou dig it for? For no man, sir. What woman then? For none neither. Who is to be buried in it? One that has woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead. How absolute the knave is! We must speak by the cod, or equivocation will undo us. By the Lord Horatio, these 3 years I have took note of it. The age is grown so peaked that the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of the courtier he calls his kite. How long hast thou been a grave maker?